Howdy, y'all. This time I would like to talk about having children with a narcissist and the many hoops you have to jump through when this is the case. I come to you as a narc abuse lifer, and having children with a narcissist, they will without fault lie about you to your children. Even when I'm no longer with my ex-wife, but even when we were together, the smear campaign had already started. I was unaware of the fact that the divorce was even pre-planned many years before it happened. And the smearing of me to my children started almost right away, but really ramped up once we were separate, to the point where one of my boys was scared of me. I could see sheer fear in his eyes. When I would see him. It was gut-wrenching. I mean, as a man, to see your oldest son scared of you when you've done nothing to create such a fear. And it changed everything in how I was able to raise him because of this time. It was a time where I was starting a new business and made the mistake of thinking I could trust her for help as far as watching our two boys. They're only 16 months apart. And she took advantage of the situation and started keeping them from me. And I still showing up to the basketball games and still picking them up from school. Got 50-50 custody. But I would only hang out with them an hour or so, then I would go back to work. Then once things settled down and I wanted to have back full 50% of the time with them, she'd have nothing to do with it. This was all going on during COVID too, so she took advantage of that. But they definitely will smear you. They will even use the children against each other. They divide and conquer. Same way they will separate you from your friend, your family. They do the same thing to their own children. They pit them against each other so that she can control the two of them, the three of them, four of them, however many kids you got. They like to keep everything separate because then it's easier to get them to believe the lies. Because if they're conversating with each other, then they're gonna be like, wait a second, the parent told me this, or no, they told me this. Well, that doesn't line up. I even showed the boys in a situation one time where it was going to a sporting event, and she had the two of them pitted against each other, and then she was also using me. She had given 3 separate times to all 3 of us. And once I realized that, I told the boys, I said, watch, now this is how this is going to go down. Because once you know, you know. And start paying attention, you'll start seeing they have a pattern. They're very cunning and devious, but they're not very smart. Well, if you're lucky, you're dealing with one that's not very smart. Because when they're smart and a narcissist, that's dangerous. That's terrible. Because you may never even find out. Or if you do, they just, you are lucky in this sense, then they just move on. They don't worry about the trying to gain control. Because once, you know, why put in the effort to continue with somebody that knows when they can just go get another one and be done with you? And that can be detrimental because it leaves you very confused. But then when you get to the ones that aren't so smart, once you find out and you take away that source of fuel, they're gonna retaliate. They do not like having their toys taken away from them. But back to the kids, they be prepared to have to deal, and it's gut-wrenching, and you want to just you want to talk shit about the other parent, but that falls into the trap they're setting. That feeds right into what they're trying to get you to do. So what has worked for me is what all the experts say do not do, is I educated my boys about narcissism. I never said, hey, your mother is this. I just started teaching them about narcissism, the behaviors of narcissists, and explaining to them that it's something that was never taught to me. And it's something I wish I had learned about before I was 45 years old. And as you're teaching them about the behaviors, and they will start to notice, wait a second, I've seen that behavior. And then they might come to you with some questions. And I still never said, this is your mother, this is what she is, that's what she does. I still just always keep it. I was like, you know, and this is very, I also explained to them, it's very important in life to form your own opinion on people and the way they treat you and the way they act and the way they respond to your questions, towards your actions. It is very important to form what you want, to not take what someone else tells you is, to try and educate yourself. Because with the narcissist, another thing I had to explain, which I will talk about more about in another video, is just because they say something over and over and over and over again doesn't make it true. Because they will beat the death out of something to beat it in your children's heads of what they say you are. To the point where my boys thought that I was not contributing any money to them, like to her, for them, and this, that, and the other. When in reality, she's supposed to be paying me about $1,000 a month in child support, which I refused because I didn't want to have to deal with getting it from her. That's just how much money she has compared to what I have. So they're gonna lie a lot. Just be ready for it. Hope this helps y'all. See you, bye.